Hey guys, welcome back once again. MB-EX-3 challenge mode. The number of available imprisonment devices is reduced. Now, once again, I'm not changing much from my original video. The changes are fairly straightforward. So I've upgraded my tanks to 4 stars, upgraded my healers to 4 stars. Orchard will remain. And the steward is supplementing for a better single target arts dealer. Vanguards remain the same, so 2 block vanguards. You don't need two block vanguards in this particular one. You can use a single one. A single 2 block vanguard and... Sorry, one 2 block vanguard and one 1 block vanguard. That aside, we also have Cruz, an AoE sniper, and that's about it. Our AoE arts dealer and Maleta, who is substituting for a AoE guard. So I would bring Popukar, but Popukar is not given. I suppose I could just swap her out for Popukar. Let's just do that quickly. Because why not? Understandably, you can use any number of operators, so say Cutter will work really well in this. Any of the actual AoE guards. So Estelle will work really well in this. Especially seeing as how she won't be tanking anything, so you can just use this skill 2 without caring at all. So let's switch in Popcar for Lantha and we will go ahead. So the setup for this is going to be pretty identical to my first non-challenge mode video. Not a lot is going to change at all. The only significant difference is that this is the only floodlight, so damage needs to be not a lot higher, but damage needs to be fairly consistent because we don't have access to what was a second floodlight up the top. So for this particular instance, for example, as I said, you can bring a 2 block vanguard, which you would put here, where Fang is, and you would put your single block vanguard right here. So outside of this, we're just going to wait for our deployment points, stick in our guard, and off we go. So once again, we're just sticking in Steward up the top there, followed by Orchard. And Orchard is right there. Next in will be our healer. So I'll be deploying a Mur for this particular example, because I don't need a whole lot of healers. Skills. Save that. So we'll deploy our physical AoE here. Or just our AoE sniper, it doesn't really matter if they're physical or not. So you can replace with Shirayuki if you like. Our AoE arts dealer here. So I'll just use that floodlight there just to sort of irritate all those enemies. So I'll use Popka's skill now because a few enemies are starting to group up. We have a little bit of blocking going on, so I'm just gonna start using a few skills because I want to keep those vanguards in as long as I can. Okay, skills are all done. So now I'm going to yank this vanguard out, put a healer in, and put down my tank. So now obviously these elite pugilists are what we want to do the most damage to. We want to try and delay and block them as much as humanly possible. Originally, as I said, in the first one we had a floodlight here which we could utilize, but this time we don't. So this time it is all just do the best you can with what you have. Now once again, I've been pretty specific with my healer setup. Gabriel, as I've mentioned before, is quite a tanky healer, so she's sitting there happily taking hits from these snipers until they're close enough to attack Cora. Alternatively too, by the way, you can also put rope here, rope specifically with skill 2, and use her to yank snipers or these archers up into this hole. So if you think things are getting a bit hairy, obviously use your tank's defensive skill. Don't risk things. It's really not worth it on this particular map just because of how little wiggle room there is. Just try and cycle skills effectively. Obviously that's going to depend on how dodgy things look. Like I've got 4 targets coming up here, so I'm going to have to use Cora's skill. There's no if, buts, or maybes about that. It looks like I may have another repeat scenario here, but that's okay because this is the last of them. Perfect, done. So now we just yank out subject A and B. I won't need you, so we'll stick in the bunny and we will stick in vanilla, and that's it. We just wait this out. Obviously my tank is getting absolutely hammered here, so we'll drop in our next tank because he's unshackled. And that's where all the damage comes from, but I had to use Cora's skill earlier, otherwise I would have had a leak. But you've got your second tank there just as a backup in case something like that happens, and that's the reason we're bringing a second tank. Alternatively, you could just bring somebody like, say, Gravel with the second skill. As you saw, that enemy had no health left, so all you have to do in that scenario is delay. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I hope that helps, guys. If it did help, please like, please subscribe, and please check out my Twitch. And I hope to catch you for the next video.